Hi everyone, my name is Monica Granados and I'm here to talk to you about the guide for eating Ontario fishes. So large fish eat smaller fish, that eat smaller fish, that eat smaller fish, and then at some point eat plants of some kind. Now the problem with this kind of structure is that when you get to that big fish, it has absorbed all of the contaminants of the fish from the bottom all the way up to the top. And which kind of fish do we eat? The ones that are all the way at the top. So when you're eating fish, you're also eating some of the contaminants that are in these really large fish. Now generally that's not really a problem for us because we have access to many different types of protein sources in the supermarket. We've got different types of tofu options and beef and chicken. But if you are living in a remote area, like many indigenous groups from Ontario's far north, so north of the 51st parallel, your main protein source are fish, meaning that you need to know how many of these fish you can eat before it becomes dangerous, before there's potentially some neurological deficiencies that you're going to suffer from eating these fish. Now, the Ontario government recognizes that this is an issue, and so what they do is they go around and they sample a bunch of fishes and they determine how much mercury concentrations there are in fishes from different parts of Ontario because there's variation in how much they absorb. However, the only way that they make this data available is in a printed guide. So what I'm working on is a way to take it from the page and put it in a mobile app. So the Ontario government makes this data available in their open data portal, and I'm working on an app with Jacob Ritchie to take that open data and put it into a mobile web app so that people in Ontario, even all over the world, but particularly Indigenous vulnerable people, have access to this really crucial information.
Does anyone have anything to say to Monica? Any support? Any questions?
I have support.
Yeah.
I like eating fish.
Wouldn't you want to know how many fish you can eat before it becomes dangerous?
But why is it only available on paper?
I don't know. So I've been sent pictures from the far north where they send these printed copies and they're using them as doorstops. So clearly the community is not accepting the information as a printed guide, and it's available in this really complicated table format. So
What's the online connectivity like in the community?
that's another really good question. So the issue is that the internet connection is actually really poor. So most people consume internet through their mobile devices. So this is why we're moving to build this app, and then also a low bandwidth app so that they don't have to download the entire database. So these are all considerations that we've made. So we've got a beta version of the app, but we need help with the UI design and then adding additional functionality like localization and maybe keeping a logbook so that they know how many of these fish they've been eating.